After 2022's failure to become a hyperactive season, 2023's forecast looked a little more uncertain. On the one hand, you had El Nino, which had finally developed after 3 years of La Nina. This usually causes wind shear in the Atlantic, and thus less storms, or at least more weaker ones. On the other hand, you had record-breaking sea surface temperatures in the Atlantic, which would aid in rapid intensification and extreme amounts of named storm activity. The question was, in these forecasts, which side would the Atlantic take? Would the warm sea surface temperatures offset El Nino, or would El Nino take a big hold on the Atlantic and cause less named storms and less intense hurricanes? Well, we're about to find out in the 2023 Atlantic Hurricane Season animation, brought to you by JM Studios and animated by Justin.
Thanks so much for joining us. Our big story, of course, the storm that once was Hurricane Idalia, bringing rain and flooding to 4 different states after really pounding across Florida.
The scene is unbelievable. Bayshore Boulevard is completely underwater.
Many roads now resemble rivers. Authorities say the powerful storm claimed the lives of 2 drivers who lost control of their trucks due to weather conditions and crashed. It's also devastated scores of homes. High water swamped a mobile home park in St. Petersburg.
My house probably got 4 inches. In my daughter's room, it's starting to come up in my front room. Some people's house, like basically the whole end of the park,